The Mystery of the Old Mansion, Part 5 Finale. The friends stepped out of the mansion, full of hope, but there was still uncertainty lingering in their hearts. Olga looked at the old walls, once a symbol of fear, but now seemed to be a part of their story. "We freed Emma, but what happens to us now?" she asked, fiddling with the old key she still held in her hand. Sergei stepped closer and put his arm around her shoulders. "Now we know that even the darkest secrets can be overcome. We freed her, and that matters. But what if the darkness comes back?" Anna added, her eyes nervously glancing at the mansion. "It won't come back," Maxim said confidently. "We broke the cycle, and now this place has no power over us." Yet, each of them felt that they couldn't just walk away. They had become part of something greater, and they needed to find a way to deal with this legacy, even if it was difficult. The next morning, Olga decided she needed to learn more about her family and how Emma's story was connected to her ancestors. She spent hours in the library, going through old archives and notes. Along the way, she discovered that her ancestors were also part of an extensive network linked to other families who sought the light, not the darkness. "Look," she exclaimed when they gathered again. "This isn't just a story about victims. It's a story about how light and darkness intertwine." Sergei, Maxim, and Anna listened carefully. "Emma wasn't just a victim," Olga continued. "She and her family tried to find a balance between light and darkness. They performed rituals not only for power, but to maintain peace." "So, does that mean we can use this knowledge for something good?" Anna asked, her eyes lighting up. "Exactly. We can restore what was lost and become part of a new story," Olga said. She suggested that they create something bigger than just a group of friends. They could become guardians of a legacy, but this time, with the goal of protecting, not destroying. And so, they began working together, gathering information and studying ancient rituals once used to protect against darkness. They realized that each of them had unique abilities that could help in this task. Sergei discovered his inner talent for healing, and they began performing small rituals aimed at healing the surrounding nature. Maxim, passionate about history, started researching ancient legends and traditions to recreate positive rituals. Anna, with her gift for words, began writing books about their adventures and discoveries, inspiring others. Olga, as Emma's descendant, took on the role of leader. She understood that this wasn't just her personal story, but the story of everyone who had ever faced the darkness. Months passed, and their small team became well known in the area. They attracted people searching for answers and helped them find peace. Their efforts not only transformed the mansion, but also brought life to the entire area. One day, as they gathered in the mansion, Olga noticed something special in the air. She looked up and saw a glow above the mansion, a light that had once been hidden by darkness. "It's Emma!" she exclaimed. The light began to take shape, and before them appeared Emma's spirit once more. But this time she looked peaceful and joyful. "You did it," she said, her voice full of gratitude. "Not only did you free me, but you changed your fate. Now you have a power that can help many." The friends exchanged looks filled with pride and relief. Emma smiled and continued, "You've become the guardians of light. I'll always be with you, even if I'm no longer here. You are the new keepers of a legacy, and together, you can change the world." With these words, Emma faded into the light, leaving behind a sense of peace and hope. The friends felt their hearts fill with new strength. "We did it," Olga said, her voice steady. "We're not just friends, we're family." And so, the old mansion, once a reminder of fear, became a symbol of light and hope for anyone seeking refuge. The friends continued their work, finding strength not only in their abilities, but in their unity, supporting each other on their journey toward new discoveries. Now they knew, even in the darkest corners of life, there's always a chance to find light. And with each passing day, they grew stronger, uncovering new horizons and lighting the way for others, leaving behind the darkness that once shrouded their lives.